I
opinion
give
is,
you permission.
I think it's free for you because you're on benefits.
I'm a benefit.
Yes,
I don't even live in the UK.
you,
Just to be clear, okay? I'm a self-employed person who actually employs other people. Okay,
self-employed. What,
so
talking
no,
shit
hold
on
on, hold
life?
on, hold on. Perhaps you should
Self-employed
learn.
talking shit on
Perhaps you
life.
should
Yeah?
learn from people like me. I'm a Saudi Arabian. I'm not a
Learn
leech like
from
you.
you. You fucking
Okay,
talk shit. He wants
I'm
to
a
learn
Saudi
from you.
Arabian. I'm not a leech like you. Okay, from Pakistan. I'm not. I'm Saudi Arabian. Okay, I don't go to other countries and claim or demand things for free. If you had done something like that in Saudi Arabia, they'd boot you out faster than you can blink an eye. So here's the situation, sir. Either you address the crux of the situation, which is 70% of the Muslim population in the United Kingdom not working, all of them on benefits, men and women, which is actually very problematic because you should be working. You should be earning your keep. You should be contributing to society. You should be paying taxes. You should be supporting the very nation that supported you. So accusing me of being on benefits is really stupid. I'm not on benefits. I've never known, I don't even know how that works really. Does anybody just go there, claim to be a Muslim and then claim benefits? Is that how it works? Because I'd really love to know. Guys, how does it work? How does it work that people just claim benefits? And by the way, I was watching on YouTube as well because they call this thing benefits road, benefits square, benefits something. Okay, it's on BBC, and it's on YouTube. You just go look for it. Benefit Street. Okay, I just remembered. It is some of the wildest thing you'll ever see. Some of the wildest things you'll ever see. Housing. These Muslims, they'll go there and demand housing. Demand it. Outright. They'll have a huge family and then they'll say, this house is too small for me. I want my family to have a bigger house. And then, so is the Muslims. I don't understand how they tolerate allowing you to take advantage of the system in this manner. And then you come along and then you say, oh no, you're on benefits. I don't know the first thing about benefits. I've only found out just recently that you bozos don't work. So I asked the people around, I said, hey, if they don't work, how do they sustain themselves? They said, oh, the government gives some money. Oh, I said, oh, like pocket money?
I'm on benefits?
Pocket money?
Why are you just assuming
Like
things?
pocket money? Like pocket money? I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure actually, if you're new to England, you would receive benefits. I'm also 100%
Well, I'm not
sure
new,
if
am
your
I?
parents,
I'm not new,
one minute,
am I?
one
You're
minute,
just-
one minute, one
you're
minute,
just
one minute,
making
one minute, one
assumptions.
minute, okay? I said 70% of the Muslim population in the United Kingdom are on benefits. This is not a lie. It's not a lie. This is true. These are statistics that come out of Britain. If I go online right now, trying to figure out exactly how the number has grown, last year it was 65%. This year it'll be more. So, sir, respectfully, while you may be a working person and good for you, okay, I would love for all Muslims to be, working and earning their keep and gaining as much money as possible, the good old way. Okay,
I'm
by the
working
sweat of
right
your
now,
brow,
mate.
by
I'm
the
working
sweat
right
of your
now.
brow, sir. And I would congratulate you if you did it by the sweat of your brow. But if you are just sitting at home and claiming benefits, this is
Can't you hear I'm
problematic.
driving? I'm working.
I congratulate you. I just said that.
Yeah,
I
but
said
why are
70%.
you like making
70%.
assumptions?
That
Why you
doesn't
making-
make you. That doesn't make you the exemplar. Do you understand? You're not the example for the rest of them. I don't take you, the minority, right, in the Muslim population of the working community. I don't take you as an example. I take the majority as the example. The majority meaning the men and women who are sitting in their homes waiting for their
All right,
benefits to
let me
clear
make
out.
a point.
Is that how they send it,
Let
by the
me
way? Is
make
it a
a point.
check that comes in?
Let me make a
How
point.
does that work?
Let me make a point.
I have to
Because
find it.
I live in the
Razan,
UK.
Razan, I think we have a new deal with together. Can we find out like how the benefit system works in the United Kingdom and then just expound on that so that we can figure out exactly how much
I think it's standard in almost every European country. If they
Yeah,
don't
but
work,
I
they
need to
get
know
like
how
like
much they're
amount of
making.
money. They get an amount of money for every child monthly.
Yeah. So
to
How
So
much
if
is
they
it for
Can I make a point?
okay, so if they get for their children, then they get for housing as well, right? And then they also get for food and for
Yes.
their utilities and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they must get like tickets or vouchers
think
or
it's
coupons as well, right?
2,000 euro per month or something.
Woo!
It is.
That is a lot. Wow, no wonder they're not working.
Can I
It's
make
more.
a
I think
can I
it's a little bit
2,000
more.
euros?
But I give you the list, but I think it's around between 2,000 to 2,500 every month.
So if it's a family of four, are you telling me they're getting upwards of 50,000 pounds a year
Can you let me speak or
It
not?
could be.
in benefits?
Can I speak or not?
Woo. Okay, listen. Can you be objective with us, Fuji?
Yes, I want to
Okay,
point out
then
to
be
you.
honest. Be
You
honest. Okay,
talking?
since you're a hardworking Muslim man, okay, and I
Yeah,
admire that. I truly do respect that. Okay,
yeah.
I would like for you to explain to me how it is possible for people to remain on benefits forever.
Well, can I just
Clearly, you're against it.
Can I
Clearly,
just-
you're against it, right?
can I point out to you that
Yeah.
you mentioned a program on UK TV earlier on?
No, it's not on UK TV. I don't know if it's on UK. I thought it was like a
It's
YouTube.
UK. It's UK Benefit Street.
Oh, it's an actual show.
Yes, it was a documentary.
Okay, I just saw it on YouTube, so I didn't know.
And,
All right, okay.
And I want to point out to you, I've seen it and I've seen most of them because I like documentaries. And I just wanted to, I think you're giving out misinformation because most of the people on that program are white on benefits. So
Okay.
I don't know what program you've been watching with all Muslims on there, but I've not seen.
Understand? It's their country, sir. It's like it's so stupid. So this is a lot of Muslims they don't understand or get. Now, why Western societies and Westerners have these systems? It's because they wanted to protect their own people. So if somebody, so they don't go beg in the streets. Like when I lived in Jordan and Iraq, this is what I see beggars all over the time. So what they do is they have system. So people, if they cannot work, these people get help from the government. Now, you as a person who come to the country, why are you sitting and not working? That doesn't make sense. I'm not talking to you because you're working, but for the people who doesn't work, if you are healthy, if you have time to do da'wah and asking people to come to Sharia and apply Sharia law in UK, you should be able to go and work your ass. And actually, Rita is saying true because what I've read the last time, it was women who mostly don't work. So it is not fair that you're saying, well, the white people don't work. It's the country. It's the country. You there in the country because they are so nice to let you in and they want to help you and they're humane. And now you're shaming them for helping their own white people? What?
Let me tell you.
Well, if Muslim countries are so good, why don't Muslim countries pitch in and help you then?
I live in the UK. I know about the benefits. I've not been on them, but I know about it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you one thing: it is not what you made out, 2,500 and 2,000. They're
So-
struggling with the benefits.
So
How
the
are
way
they
Where I live, it is. Where I
How
live,
do they
yes, it is.
struggle if everything is paid off, sir? How do they struggle if their housing is paid, if their utilities are paid? How do they struggle if they've already got pocket money for transportation, for their daily clothing and whatnot? I've seen it. I've actually asked people, and they've told me that they actually make a good amount.
the way they do it in
So
Australia
why do
is
people
what
on
I
the
know,
road begging?
Rita.
Why do people on
Say
the
again?
road begging?
No,
Say
I'm
again?
saying the way they do it in Australia is that a man would marry his first wife, right? A Muslim man. He will divorce her, in court, right? Not under Sharia law. So he's still married to her, like in the Muslim way, because they don't care about the law. They care about the thing. So she becomes like a divorced woman under the eyes of the law. He'll go and marry the second one. So the first one will get a house to herself, right? The government will give her a house, will pay, will help with her children and everything.
Wow.
And then he'll go to marry the second one. And then after a year or two, he'll divorce her. He'll have 3 kids of the first one, 3 kids of the second one, 3 kids of the third one, 4 kids of the, and they'll all, the government will be paying for all of them, and he'll be working
Yeah, I
cash.
was right.
He'll be
It's the
working
same way in the
cash.
UK.
He'd probably like he's probably hooked up with like a disability claim, you know, with like a doctor that does the dodgy. His wives will all be, you know, kind of they don't have to work because they're raising the kids, right? So the government will be forking out like literally $500,000 a year for one family of
Dang.
4 wives and 1 man, and he's still like literally with them. And what they do, 2 families would move in literally like would move into one house, and the government is paying the rent for the house, but they rented out. They rent the 2 other houses under the, you know, under the blanket,
Oh,
or you know, in the black
Flosu
market.
hit the nail. Flosu hit the nail on the head because she said they all work for cash to avoid paying taxes. So basically, these are black market jobs where they don't pay.
Yeah,
They don't really declare their income. So they're making probably like
that's how
75%
they do it
instead
here,
of
Rita.
100.
Like literally after a year or 2, they're driving Porsches. No one
Plus the
knows how.
extra. Yeah,
No one knows how. Like they'll get really rich
that's
real quick because the
crazy.
government is literally forking out the taxpayers' monies to these families, and that's literally what, you know, what they teach them to do when they first get to these countries.
Yeah, that's insane. But anyway, this is what we're talking about. Look, Fuji, no disrespect to you, okay? You're clearly a hardworking man, putting food on the table, earning your keep, okay? And we're not complaining about people like yourself. In fact, we celebrate people like you because you're not wasting your time. You're not also, involving yourself in garbage, antics out there on the street 24 hours a day. Okay, you're out there, you're a working man, you're in your car, I don't know whether you're driving a taxi or an Uber or whatever it is, or maybe I don't know. Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is this: because there are people like you, okay, in sharp contrast when we look at somebody who's been sitting at home doing nothing, even though he doesn't have a disability, even though he doesn't have a problem, an issue finding a job, all because he is a lazy slob. He gets to take advantage of the system. You understand how that may irk some people? And it might also rub the indigenous people of the land in the wrong way. Because meanwhile, the greater majority of the British people do work. They don't have the luxury of just sitting at home and earning or gaining from the system. Do you understand? They don't have that luxury because white people don't think in that manner. They actually believe in earning their money, and they want to earn as much of it as possible, and they can't do it on benefits. But people who come from third world countries, okay, especially, and unfortunately this is true, especially the ones that are Muslim nations, unfortunately when they get to these countries, they look at the money they get as something of a great advantage to them. They don't see that it as a disadvantage. They can get 200 or 2,000. It doesn't make a difference because to them it's still money they got for free. So we're not talking about people like you. We're talking only about people who refuse to work. So what is your take on that, if you don't mind? Fuji, hello? Fuji going once. Fuji going twice. Fuji, bye-bye.
The likes have pretty much stopped, guys. I'm gonna close up.
Guys,
So no,
76K.
I can't be bothered anymore. Honestly, Rita. Like we had a whole hour and we're still stuck at
Yeah,
70.
come on, guys.
Like
Look,
we were at 73, like literally
the man
45
needs
minutes
some
ago.
likes. 25K is nothing. Okay, come on, pick it up.
I don't
Okay,
think they know how important it is. Like the likes, honestly. It's like
come on.
it's
80 of us here. We can all just tap for the next 5 minutes. In fact, less. You could do this in 2 minutes. Literally. All right. So again, we have tried to talk to the Muslims, but nobody. Oh no, Miles is back. What are we gonna do? Let's hear him. Let's hear him out, shall we?
Abbas. He's gone, mate. He's gone. All right, Abbas. He's gone. فلتت الفلوتة.
Felt it. Miles, are you still here? Miles going once. Miles going twice. Miles, bye-bye.
ولا قوة إلا بالبطيخ.
بالبطيخ يا. بالبطيخ
Western
المقشر.
Wouldn't you agree with me? It's not to be unfair.
Western
Look,
demise.
yeah, but it's
One second, Razan.
yeah.
Let's figure this guy out. Western demise. Hello.
Hi,
Are you Muslim, Christian, agnostic,
Thank you,
atheist,
brother.
Hindu, Buddhist? What are you?
I'm Muslim.
Okay, wonderful. And you live in the West, I suppose?
I live in the UK.
Oh, you live
I
in
live
the
in
UK.
London.
Great. Wonderful. And are you a working individual or are you on benefits?
I'm a working individual.
Wonderful, wonderful. You sound so refreshing, sir. All right.
Okay.
So tell us, what is your opinion on what we were just talking about?
So I did listen to what you guys were talking about, but there's some inaccuracies in what you're saying. There's been changes to the law. These changes have been ongoing for the past decade, really, and so people can't really abuse the system to live on benefits because they've compiled all the benefits into one called universal credit. Since the introduction of universal credit, people have not been able to, let's say, claim
benefits?
other houses or say that they are with so and so person and then rent it out to whoever. That has not been able to run for a very long time in this country and in this city. So that sort of level of mischief is over, really. And the amount that a person gets is anywhere between £200 to £350. It's not a lot.
Per person, right? Well, it is a lot if you add it up across, months and months and months and then years and years and years of unearned money.
Well, the thing is, I'd appreciate if you can just let me finish first, right?
Sure.
So the way that it works is it depends on how many people that you have in your household. So let's say before, the government would pay for every single child that you have, right? That's called child tax benefit. However, now they've only reduced it to only 2 children. Does that make sense? So it doesn't, you can't just have kids upon kids upon kids and just claim a child tax benefit on all of them. It doesn't work. In short, the way that the current benefit system is set up, it's impossible to abuse it to try and to profit off it. You cannot do that because the government will put you on a job searching scheme, and if you miss, it's on a weekly basis. If you miss any of those appointments, or if the government finds out that you've been working but stealing benefits at the same time, they will issue something called a direct earnings attachment, which is pretty much a fee that you must pay back all of the money that you took out. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So even if you take benefits from the government, but you're working, they will take it back.
When did these laws come to? I know, but when did they make these
I told
laws
you
into place?
it was probably around a decade ago. A decade is about 10 years. So
let me just
A
go
decade?
and do
a
this.
decade is about 10.
I remember something about
Good laws, but I
universal
don't know.
credit being mentioned. So I'm just going to read this, okay? Because I do think that this phenomenon didn't start just recently, okay? Benefits fraud has been a very lucrative way of, sustaining oneself. Western demise, don't leave the app. If you do, we can't hear you if you're talking. And, okay, possibly. So,
Sorry, I accidentally tabbed out. I didn't realize. My thing was,
it's called universal credit. Just one second. Universal credit.
you can search up all the laws separately, but my question is, do any of you live in the UK? Do any of you live in London?
I don't, but
Okay, so you don't. What about the other two?
No,
I know that,
there was a
I'm
question
sure,
here. What's your name? West.
one.
No, there was a gentleman was here before you, so that's
I
why
know, I
Rita
saw
was
him.
talking with him. Yeah, so
I was there.
but
I heard the conversation.
the live if listen, the live is not specific for UK, but where we are seeing right now, we're seeing Muslims all over Europe, and this is a
Right.
pattern they are doing right now. So we are not
Okay.
specifically discussing discussing UK per se. We're discussing how Muslims, and I've spoken with Muslims all over, from all over Europe, not only from all over Europe, they could be in US, they could be in Canada, and they all answered me the same question. Yes, we want Sharia law. All
Okay,
of them
one minute.
have with it. So I don't know if it depends on what country you live in. I don't know if
Okay.
you want it or not as a Muslim, but
Right.
so I'm not specifically discussing one country, but this is the how they answered me when we were talking about Sharia law.
Okay.
All
Before we
right,
continue.
guys. Sorry, just 1 second. I just have to inform people, okay? So universal credit is basically a monthly payment. I'm reading this from the website. Is a monthly payment in the United Kingdom that helps with living costs for people who are out of work on a low income. You can apply for universal credit online at gov.uk. Universal credit. You can also claim by phone through the Universal Credit Helpline. You must create an account to claim and complete your claim within 28 days. If you live with a partner, you both need to create accounts and link them together when you claim. You can manage your claim in your online account, blah, blah, blah. And you might be eligible for extra payments if you look after children, work and pay for childcare, need help with housing costs, are disabled or have a health condition. That is actually very relevant. I mean, I don't mind if a disabled person or someone with health conditions, claims benefits, or are a carer for a disabled person, or you have a disabled child. That to me is fair. The last two, right? But not if you need help with housing costs. Like, why don't you get a second job? Not if you're, you need to pay for childcare. Like, why do you have children if you can't afford them? Then to look after children, what did that actually mean? For God's sake. And then the standard allowance for universal credit for an adult single person is, no, sorry, for anyone under the age of 25, it says, is £311 per month. That's good pocket money. Yani that's not something that they can obviously pay for housing for, but that is pocket money. So if you're an adult over the age of 25, you get 393. That's almost £400, and so on and so forth. And if you're two people and you live with your partner, obviously, if you're 25 and over, you get nearly £620. And if you're under 25, you get £490 approximately. So the thing here is what I was trying to find out. Universal credit does not include pension credit, which is for adults, elderly people. Then there's attendance allowance, there's income support, there's housing benefit, there's universal credit. These are all different forms of benefits, guys. So it's not universal credit alone. Okay. Then job seekers allowance and the bereavement allowance, maternity allowance, severe disablement allowance, tax credits. So the tax credits are as follows: child maintenance and child tax credits. So if you're on benefits, you also receive basically, more money for your children. You'll stop getting these benefits and tax credits when you or your partner claim universal credit. So as long as they stay out of universal credit, they can claim all of those benefits together. It doesn't matter how. Then, let's see. How many? I'm right, sir.
Have you
Universal credit just started being rolled out no, just 1 second. Yeah, universal credit started being rolled out in 2019.
Okay. So have you finished?
It's a very recent occurrence, and not everybody is on it. They're saying that by 2028, by the latest, they're going to have everyone on universal credit.
Okay.
But this is a long way off, and it's not going to be something that they do seamlessly, right?
All right.
So they are going to take longer than 2028, because how many people exist on universal credit? Also, is universal credit really applicable to those or accessible or even appropriate for people who are on disabilities, who can't fill out forms, for people who have mental disorders, mental disabilities, psychological issues? So all these things need to be considered. And again, these
Right, and they have been
are
considered.
similar in other European nations as well. Okay.
Okay, so one thing, because the thing is, sort of your tone when you were sort of reading out all of these rules and conditions was almost disingenuous, and I'll tell you why.
Disingenuous?
Because
I was
you don't
judging
know.
it.
Yeah,
I was
I'll tell
judging
you.
it. I was judging. I
So,
was judging
all
for
right, yeah,
myself
I'll tell
what
you.
you said. Universal credit.
Yeah.
Universal credit is one form of
Okay.
benefit, but there are other
So
benefits, sir, which
I've
you
let you
refuse to
speak, but I'd
mention.
appreciate the same. Okay, I'd appreciate if you'd let me have you. And I know we're sharing this platform currently to speak. The same way that I've sort of given you the time to speak, I'd appreciate that as well. You know. So
Go ahead.
the reason why I said that is because we need to sort of understand. Like I said, you've already clarified that you do not live in this land, in this area, so you don't know what the actual situation is. So you sort of questioned, why can a person who doesn't have a disability, who doesn't have anything wrong with them, why can they claim so much? Oh, 300 or odd pounds sounds like a lot of money. The living expenses in London alone, 300 pounds, that will be gone within a week and
Why
a
is
half.
anybody who
And
doesn't
this
have a job
includes,
living in London?
okay, one moment, 1 second. I was going to get to that,
Okay.
but you just need to sort of, just your questions will be answered,
No
hopefully,
problem. No
if you just
problem.
allow
All
me
right.
to finish.
I'll give you all
Yeah?
the time you need now.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll try my best to not stretch
Take as
my
much as
words.
take as
Okay,
long as you want. We need to hear this.
thank you, I appreciate that. All right, excellent. So, give me 1 moment. Just need to exit. All right, now I can speak. So, where were we? We were talking about a person who doesn't have anything wrong with them, about £300. That's where I was.
400 actually.
Someone like that. Okay, if you want, even if say 500 if you like, right? Doesn't matter. That will not last a person. Even if they are not working. Let's say someone is not working, they have £500 for an entire month. Travel expenses. Okay, so just to travel alone, let's say that they needed to take a train. They want to visit their friends, right? They visit every single day because they're a lazy person. They're abusing the system. They get £500 a month. If they were to travel every single day to see their friends, that would a minimum £7 a day. All right, so you guys can sort of do the maths there. 7 times 5, 35.
Is it my internet?
It's his internet. He's getting call or
Sorry, can you
something.
guys
I have
hear
no
me?
idea.
Can you
Yeah,
guys
we
hear
can
me?
hear you.
Oh, okay. My mistake. Where did I cut off? Because I realized that I was tabbed out again.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Just continue.
Yeah, so where was I? I said, let's say that the laziest person ever, right? He abuses the system. All he does is
Yeah.
chill and see his friends, right? So this
Yeah.
person, let's
It's
say they
not
see their
not
friends.
true, not true. What's your name? I understand. Like, look. There
But
have
he's
been
giving an
cases.
example. Like
Listen,
that.
there have been cases. I think the last case I've read, it was someone from Morocco. They caught him in Morocco dancing, been claiming benefits for years, became millionaire. He's been claiming that he is sitting on a wheelchair, and they caught him in Morocco
Oh
dancing
my
in a
goodness.
wedding. Dancing in a. I read it on Daily Mail. I think that was 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. I read it. So,
Daily Mail is
listen.
a tabloid.
But listen. People, what Rita is telling you, she doesn't have any problem, by the way, people getting help. That's not the issue. She's not discussing that issue. She's she mentioned, she's not even, the discussion is not even about that. She just mentioned that some people are using and abusing the systems.
Exactly.
That's what she's doing. And they do. You coming here on the panel, wasting everyone's time by
I haven't
telling,
wasted
but
everyone's time. You
yes, you
haven't given me
are.
the
But
opportunity to
wait,
finish speaking.
wait. No, but
You've
it is
just
waste, but it
interrupted
is.
me. It's not
Can you
nice to
address the
interrupt
issue on
someone.
the live instead? You address the issue on the live instead. I think it's much better. So we can stop talking about benefits, because if you're gonna come here and they just say no, we don't do. They never. No. We have seen
This
cases where
guy didn't
yes.
I
say
don't
them,
know
Just
you know.
whether
address the
whether
case in
Yes,
the live.
listen,
cases, but
Western
you're
Western
sourcing
demise. Just 1 second. Are you talking? You do understand I was addressing the dilemma of the majority of the Muslim population not working, right?
Well, what's your evidence for the majority not working other than a
Okay,
few
so there
conversations?
are anywhere between 65 to 70% of the Muslim population in the United Kingdom not working, all
And where's
claiming
your
benefits.
and what's the evidence for this?
Statistics. You can just
So
go online.
where's your statistical
Go
source?
online and check it.
Why would I go online and check it?
No,
You are
you
the
go
one
online.
who
You're the one
presenting this.
asking. You want to know, go online and ask. Go and check it on Google.
I'm not the one that has to back my claim. You're the one making the claim. So you need to back your claim.
I don't have to back it. I don't have to back it up because it's a fact.
You are the one making the claim, so you must back it.
What? Why would I make such a... Oh my God. Listen to me. Are you going to address the issue or not? Because we see, okay, from various videos that the majority of the
Videos.
Muslim
So
population
videos are your source.
outside. Just one second. We also see this from the videos, is what I said. Okay, we
What
also
videos?
see from videos. Can I finish
This
my
is
sentence?
Rita. This is why I
يعني
told you
واحد
it's no
حيوان
point.
بشكل يعني.
Yeah, I know, but this is why I told you it's no point to talk about him about benefits and blah blah blah. But
Because you can't.
because
Okay, fine.
listen.
Finish.
Excuse me. Because he's gonna tell you don't live there. Don't talk about my country, which is he's not his country, but okay. He's
That's not
gonna
what I
tell you.
said.
But that's what you tell. Although this pattern we see in every European country, but that's okay. You can throw this in the garbage. That's why I told him he can address the issue that Mushroom has on his life or on the background.
So
That's why I told him that. But it's up to you.
This is what the Guardian has said. 68% of Muslims in England and Wales live in areas with high unemployment. Okay, meaning that they're the 68%, by the way. Okay.
No, it says they live in areas with high unemployment.
Just one second. Okay, calm yourself down. I know that this must irk you. You sound like you have a good job that pays you, that you're happy in. Okay.
Most definitely.
Yeah, great. So then you're not the person we're addressing. We're addressing the people who don't work.
I know
You
you
do know
are.
those people exist, right?
Of course, but it's unfair.
Right.
It's unfair
Right.
for you
So
to.
if I see just one second. So if I see the reason why I bring this to the forefront is because evidently they have so much time on their hands that they are causing chaos all over the United Kingdom. Is it that they have so much free time on their hands? It's because they're not working. An idle mind is a dangerous thing, as they say, and this is exactly what happens to that population in the United Kingdom. Every single place you look, destruction, chaos, disorder, crime. I mean, you name it, it's happening. So
Okay.
even though you are not part and parcel of that, dilemma, that problem, right? Because you are working clearly.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that this problem doesn't exist. And also, when I'm talking about over 65% of them not being employed, I'm talking about women and men. It's problematic if a man is not working. It's a problem if they're gaming the system and saying that they're all kinds of sick when they're really not.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sure. So just to start off, what you cited from The Guardian, the key word there is live in areas that are unemployed. It doesn't say that they are unemployed. Does that make sense? So you can't just...
40% indicated, just
okay,
one second.
I've
40%
given you
indicated
20
that they were in
seconds. You need
receipt
to
of
give me the
some form of
platform.
benefits. Listen to me.
I've
Listen to me. Denying the fact that people are on benefits is not going to help. Okay? It is true that the greater majority of the Muslim population are on benefits, one way or another. Okay? 40% indicated that they were in receipt of some form of benefit. 40% of the Muslim population is huge. The other 10% noted that they lived in social or council housing whilst, the rest of them were all saying that they claimed benefits. That's 50%. Now I can find the other 10%. If I keep digging, I'm pretty sure I'll find how many they are. Okay? Again, you can't refute this. You can't. You simply can't. Go ahead. Talk. And by the way, this information comes from the muslimcensus.co.uk. I'm just reading this right now. Okay. The disproportionate impact on crisis in low-income Muslim households continues over 60% of Muslims with households income between 10 to 30k pounds noted difficulty in affording their energy bill in the last quarter compared to 1 in 5 British Muslims with households incomes of over 90k. I mean, those people are wealthy, okay? We're not even considering them. But we are percent who are either in social or council housing, which is basically government accommodations, okay? And also while claiming benefits. Thank you guys. We've reached 100k likes. You're awesome. Keep liking, keep liking. Mushroom. تبي تقفل ولا لا؟ Hello?
I think he's sleeping right now, Rita.
I doubt it, but okay. So, again, Western demise. I mean, you're really
Oh,
just...
my mic was muted. So I didn't realize my mic was muted. Can I talk now?
Yeah, you can.
All right, please. And I just ask.
Oh, by the way, the information, just one second.
I heard the
information that I got, excuse me, the
It's
information
from the
that I
Muslim
got,
census. I heard you.
census.
I heard you. I heard you. So you need to respectfully, without any interruptions, because
I
you
won't
didn't hold on
interrupt
to
you,
that.
but now I got
you didn't.
to the-
You don't hold on to that last
I
time.
will not
So-
interrupt you, so long as
Okay.
you remember that the numbers I gave you are from this
I know.
website, which
I
is...
understand. So let's debunk it.
Okay.
All right. So you said 60% amongst the people that live in low-income households. It's not all of them. It's the ones that live in
I didn't say
low-income households.
60%. I didn't say 60% from low-income families. I said 60% of the population, which is Muslim.
60%, which is
So
of the
basically,
population, which is
40%.
Muslim. Sure.
40% are all working. No, under 40%, because we're saying
Okay.
65 to 68% don't work.
65 to 80% don't. So you're saying we repeat that again?
65 to 68% of them don't work. Yes.
Oh, okay. 65 to 68% of them don't work, and you were saying this from the Muslim census. Those. By the way, there was quite a bit. I don't know if you were hearing me because my mic was muted. I was saying there was quite a bit that I didn't quite hear, but the bit that I did hear was that you were sort of citing that from amongst the low income
Let me see.
population, they are struggling to pay energy bills and this and whatnot.
Yeah. Obviously that.
Right? That's what you were saying.
That's in addition to the.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but that was between the people who paid, who received salary.
Alright.
Listen to me. That was between the people who received salaries, income, okay, not benefits. So anywhere between
Exactly,
10,
of under
10K
30K or less.
to 90K.
To 30.
Rita,
Okay, to 90K.
Yeah, 30K to
Alright.
90K.
Rita, sorry, with the government UK, listen.
Exactly. Okay, so between
From the
30
government UK, I'm just looking up. Like for me, I just feel like this. I don't want to involved in this discussion. But anyways, it says here, 3%
involved yourself now.
of white people were unemployed in 2022, compared with 6% of people from all other ethnic groups combined. People from combined Bangladeshi and Pakistani, 9%, Asian, other 7%, and black 7% ethnic groups had the highest unemployment rates out of ethnic groups. White people had the lowest unemployment rates out of all the ethnic groups, only 3%. This is taken from the government.uk, so it's like the government site. I think this is ethnicity facts and figures. So you can just look it up. It's telling you that they have the highest unemployment. So that's exactly, I don't understand why we're having this discussion, because Rita, what she's saying is not wrong.
Yeah, well, she's citing is ethnic background, right?
It's telling you the white people of the country have the lowest unemployment rates out of all ethnic groups that live in UK. The highest are Bangladeshi and Pakistani, so Muslims.
Yeah.
It didn't say Muslims. It just cited their ethnic background.
And other,
You do know there's
what
Christian
is,
Pakistanis.
Bangladeshi Pakistani, what are
Actually, the
they then?
Christian
Bangladeshi
Pakistanis
Pakistani,
actually
what
were.
are they?
Bangladeshi, Pakistani. They are
Bangladeshi,
a race.
they're not,
Islam is not a race.
yeah.
It's a religion.
Oh really?
Actually,
Oh
sir,
really? It's not a race.
sir,
It is not.
It's a
But what?
religion.
Oh
Sir, don't
really?
lie
There's
to
white
us.
people that are
Don't lie to us.
Muslims.
Oh no,
Don't lie to
really?
us.
Oh, how is
The
Come on,
that?
guys,
majority
right?
of
You need
the
to.
know
You need
Pakistanis are
to.
Muslim.
The-
The
you- you're-
majority
So,
you're-
of
but
Pakistanis.
here, wait.
Excuse me. Let me explain something to this guy. I've got friends who are Pakistani, and the majority of them do claim benefits. And I didn't want to say this, but the majority of them do claim benefits. It's a truth. Okay, the great majority. And I've got some friends who come from the Somali background, and their families got their money from benefits. Okay, it was always very confusing to me. However, I'm not shaming them. I can understand when somebody falls on hard times and to get by temporarily, maybe for 2 months, 3 months maximum, in order to find a job, in order to find somewhere to live, in order to afford their basic utilities. I'm pretty sure that they would have to rely on benefits for a short duration of time, but not for years on end. My God, it's crazy.
Oh, it's you guys that are muting me. Thank you, bro, in the comments for highlighting that. I thought it was someone
Who's
else.
muting you?
Guys, look, you need to be very, again, you guys come across very, very disingenuous. You need to
West,
be clear with your
as I
message.
said,
Okay,
you coming
you
here
said a
on the
lot, you said a lot,
live.
but you
Listen,
need
I
to-
put
you need
mute
to
on
give
for
me
a
a
long
platform
time.
to speak.
Listen,
Please, you need to give me a platform to
you
speak
are
every time
coming.
you cut me
What is
off.
your point being here on the guest
tell you
panel?
what- I'll tell
Is
you what my
because
point
you
is.
want to defend that Muslims work?
No,
What
let me make
is
my
your
point.
what's your
Let me.
yeah, what do you want to say? Muslims work?
Okay, how do you know what I want to say if you cut me off?
Yeah, but yeah,
Just
say
let me
it then.
talk. Just let me talk.
Fuck's sake, Rita.
Just let me. Oh, hey, come on. Now we don't need to use the colorful language
Can you
now.
can you
Okay.
just get to the
This is a
point,
respectful
please?
platform where two people are having a. I will say. Okay. I will say what I have to say. Okay. Let me speak now. Okay. All right. So the point that I'm trying to make is that you guys don't seem to have a clear agenda. I'm trying to find out what your point is. Are you attacking? Like you
No,
guys
we're
were
having
saying,
discussion
okay,
about
we are-
Islam.
we are-
We're having
Okay,
discussion
let me
about
make
Islam.
myself
Let me
clear.
speak.
Let me
Just
make
let me
myself
talk.
clear. Since you
Just
don't
let me talk.
understand.
Goodness sake.
Since you don't understand. Okay, now I'm going to mute you. Okay? Since you don't understand what my agenda is, this is my agenda. Okay? To point out the reasons why the Muslim population in the United Kingdom is hell bent on destruction and annihilating the United Kingdom, simply because they've got time on their hands. They've got so
Okay.
much free time. They've got so much free time, in fact, because they're claiming benefits left, right, and center and gaming the system and making money hand over fist. Okay, by having too many children, and all of them are getting money. All of them.
All right. Well,
Every child
earlier
gets
in the
200.
live, you were saying that you wanted to address.
Excuse me. Earlier in the live, I made it very clear that I wanted for Muslim people to earn their keep, to earn their living, so that they don't have free time to spend on nonsense. Okay? If everybody actually lived in a fair society, there wouldn't be so many of them claiming benefits. Free money that they haven't earned. Dude, I opened my first business when I was 14? And I've never stopped. I've always been self-employed until I started working for the UN and the World Bank. And there I spent a whole entire decade. And then I decided I hated it. Okay? I love working for myself. I love earning my money. Okay? I couldn't imagine for a fraction of a nanosecond having to depend on anyone, much less the government, to pay my way. I can't. So how about we call a spade a spade? Don't make a problem out of something that's clearly not a problem. It's not that problematic to figure this out. When I say 65 to 68% of these people don't work, we see the fruit, we see the results. Okay? Let's get to the actual crux of the issue. If Muslim people worked every single day of their lives, there wouldn't be a problem. We wouldn't be at odds with one another. But you keep gaming the system. You keep getting money left, right, and center for reasons only you guys can concoct. And your excuses are bizarre. you don't want to work, you're lazy, and then you come to the Western world and then you act like you deserve to be treated like kings and queens. Like, what makes you think that you deserve free money? What makes you think that you deserve free housing? And this is the problem. You get everything for free, you don't earn anything, and then you've got free time on your hands to cause chaos wherever you go. Okay? That's the problem. And chaos by means of your religion. So, yeah. Sorry, not sorry. This is a truth, cold hard truth. You need to deal with it. You need to deal with it.
This is from the BBC News. This is what I'm talking about. Disabled wedding dance man jailed for benefit fraud. And he's from Morocco. Look how much money he got. Mohammed Bouzlim, 37 years old. Okay, he's 37 years old. Cheated the authorities of nearly how much money? Can you hear almost half a million?
How?
Look, they're claiming benefits.
How 400?
I caught him dancing in Morocco in a wedding. Here's the picture of him too.
Wow.
Go read the whole article. It's on
400,000 pounds? That's nearly
BBC
half a
News.
million.
Yeah. So it's the point is, I really don't understand why is he wasted almost 40 minutes of talking on something that he know the truth of. We know that most people who are unemployed are Muslims, and all the statistics are saying that. I even brought him statistics saying that 3% of white people don't work, comparing to people who are Asians, like from Bangladesh and Pakistan, who don't work. The percentage was much more higher in these communities. And even I had another one, but I did not say it. They have lesser qualification than other ethnicities. What do you call it? Ethnicities. Yeah. So it's a hard word. Yeah. So if you, so the point is, I don't understand why is he wasting our time and not and we drifted away, because Rita was talking with a guy and he was from UK, and she mentioned about the benefits something, and you came and you took over the live, and we're talking about that for 40 minutes right now. Like, it's get boring for everyone, for real. And yes, yeah, we don't live in UK, sure, but this problem we have seen all over the world. It's in every European country. We see cases like this all the time, where a Muslim person comes and lies and claim benefits, and then we see them dancing somewhere in the Middle East. This is not the first case. This is the newest cases.
Razan happens to be a medical professional, just so you know. Okay. And she speaks several languages. English happens to be one of them. And she doesn't have to pronounce the word ethnicity to you just have a problem with her because she's telling the truth. As it pertains to the United Kingdom, this is something that's plastered all over your news agencies, newspapers, and on the BBC News. In fact, I heard about this on the news.
Yeah.
I was going through.
But if he can come up, Rita, if he can come up and read the Quran in Arabic for me, I will fucking drop from this guest panel right now. I will not participate in any live today. If he can come up and read the Quran Arabic for me 100% without بدون تعتعة, okay? حبيبي. Okay, بدون تعتعة. يعني I bet my ass he doesn't even read the Quran in Arabic. And don't make fun of, yeah, I actually taught myself English, حبيبي. I taught myself to speak English. Learn your Quran. You don't even read Quran. You don't even read it in Arabic. You can't even read the tafsir, which is the language of Muhammad, and the language of Allah is Arabic, and you don't know Arabic. You don't.
That was a very, very hard spanking. Oof. That would have been
the worst thing. Everyone is like, Muslim women are highest, they don't work. Actually, if you look up also, Muslim women have high deficiency in vitamin D because of their burqa and their hijab and their niqab. They are the women who goes and buy vitamin D from the pharmacies because their bodies are covered from head to toe. This is what happened in Europe, where the sun is like you have just certain months where you can see the sun.
But Larmy, hello.
God bless, brothers and sisters. How are we all
bless you,
doing?
Larmy. We're all okay. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. I've only just joined probably the live in the last 5 minutes, but I'm very interested on hearing this topic, and I won't talk for too long on the topic because I know it's strayed from the actual topic of the live. But yeah, I live in the UK, right, and I see half of this stuff going on. Yes, some of it's reported in the media, some of it's reported in BBC, which someone might argue is fake news. The problem is it's not fake news. We are seeing it. It's rampant here in the UK. We are, just this year alone, okay, to give you an example, just this year alone, up until I think it was beginning of November, 39,500 migrants crossed the English Channel into the UK. 39,500 on boats crossed the English Channel. Majority of them, if not all of them, were men between the ages of 18 and 35 coming into the UK. Where do they go? They disappear into the system, or they get housed by our government. You can even go onto the government website, uk.gov, and you can find out what you get as a benefit as an asylum seeker coming into the UK. You can look it up. It will tell you. Just go onto the gov.uk website and type in what can I get as an asylum seeker. It'll tell you exactly what you get. Right? They do get housing. They do get given money. They do get, and if they don't get given housing, they get put up in hotels at the moment, by the way, and very expensive hotels. So a lot of this is happening. We are seeing a massive influx of migrants coming in and taking advantage of the benefit system that we have in the UK. It's not a secret. It's been there for years, because how come do they cross so many European countries just to get to the UK?
Yeah.
We see it a lot. And just another thing to make you mindful of. I don't know if any of you any of you have seen this recently, Rita. I don't know if any of you recall there was a young, I think he was Rwandan lad that committed an atrocious crime
girls.
in Southport, right? In Southport. He committed an atrocious crime in Southport and unalived 3 young little girls. You need to dig a little bit deeper into this case, right? Because the UK government
Trying to hide
are involved. There is involvement in this, right? And I'm not going to say too much on this subject because people are getting locked up for being open and honest about things here.
Really?
Yes.
They do that
were
here
protesting.
now.
People were protesting in London when this happened, when this crime happened, saying that this lad was a Schmererist and saying that he was from Islamic background, and everyone was like, no, this is not true. He was a Christian boy from Rwanda and living in a Welsh town. Well, it's recently
Wasn't this in the wasn't this in the news?
Yes, it was.
They also brought out his real picture and stuff like that. So why
He's
would
Muslim. He's Muslim, Rita.
Yes.
Why would
Turns
he
out that he's
he
Muslim.
was indoctrinated and stuff like
Yes.
that. But, why would this cause arrests? I mean, why would this be a crime?
So what was happening was people were going to the streets and protesting for basically for free speech, to say that we need to know more about this case because we don't believe that he was a Christian boy, and so on and so forth. And because these protests were happening, and some riots, unfortunately, I think happened as well, people were arrested and put in prison. And in fact, one gentleman has since passed away in prison as a result of that.
He analyzed himself.
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
And it's
In prison, Rita. It was
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he felt he was captured. He was put in prison for protesting,
Yeah.
and he analyzed himself because it brought so much shame for him.
exactly.
He didn't do anything. Yeah, go on.
Exactly, and you should just go and have a look into this a little bit deeper. But our current Prime Minister of the UK, as well as some former
That man is a criminal.
even our former Labour Prime Minister from many moons back was involved in bringing that lad's father, who was a known serial unaliver apparently in Rwanda. It's coming out that they were behind the process of bringing him from Rwanda to the UK.
Wow.
So there's huge involvement right here at even at a government level. So it's concerning. It really is concerning what's going on here in the UK, and you can't openly speak your truth about it because, unfortunately, you get accused of being Islamophobic and all of this sort of stuff.
Yeah, whatever. It's not a crime to be Islamophobic. In fact, I believe that it's somebody's right to be as Islamophobic as possible.
In prison right now in
not a
UK. There is no
crime.
freedom in speech in UK anymore, Rita.
No.
If you tweet something, the police would leave Islamists, would leave T groups, would leave all these kind of people, and they would come and capture you instead because you tweeted something.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they're doing right now in UK. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
tweets, they're arresting people?
Yes.
And put them in
Isn't this
prison.
like against the law in the United Kingdom?
Sorry, say that again.
Isn't it a crime in the law against the law? I mean, there is a law that protects your freedom of speech, that protects your civil liberties, and you are able to say whatever you want. There is a law that protects you. What about
Yes,
that?
But unfortunately, I think what happened over the last few years was that whilst we were having all of these pandemics and this sort of lockdown stuff, the government were passing legislation to stop peaceful protest. I think they've written it into legislation that I think you can protest, but I think it's
So then why
limited
can't
now.
why can't you go against those who lobbied for these laws? Why can't you now undo these laws? Because they've now taken your laws and thrown them in the sewer, right?
Well, yeah,
The laws that protected you, the laws that defended you, are now being used against you to incriminate you. And I think that's what they're doing to Tommy Robinson as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't. Yes, Tommy
I've watched the
Robinson
whole documentary.
is another issue, really. But yeah, he's the whole freedom, free speech thing is a complete scam. To be
Yeah,
fair,
I'm not coming to the UK anytime soon.
it's a
I
shame,
told you,
really,
it's
because
called
I was going to say,
Londonistan.
Rita, you should come and apply to be our prime minister. Fix some things.
I will be your vice president. Rita, me and you. Wallah, we'll clean the whole country in a week. Just give us a week. We'll make you Britain again. Me and Rita. Just give
Britain again.
خلاص, you sit at home. Don't bother. Just give us
Yeah.
military. Give us
Oh.
military, and me and
Yeah.
Rita. We're commanders. That's all we need.
We need another Donald Trump, or we just need Donald Trump to come over and sort our
Actually,
government out.
Donald Trump is going to do, you guys a huge favor. And listen, if you could get rid of Bojo, you can definitely get rid of Keir Starmer, because Keir Starmer is not good for the country.
Yes.
He is just one hell of a huge messy guy. I mean, what the hell? He's got not a single hair out of place, but he's destroying the country from within. We're just rotting it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, everyone says, well, you voted. I mean, I certainly didn't vote for Keir Starmer, but the problem we have is that the voting system, sorry, I'm
Rigged.
reading something here, I wouldn't say it's rigged, it's just not, it doesn't work the way it should. It's based on constituencies and how many seats there are per. It's not based on how many people vote, right?
Yeah, so then something needs to be done about your constituencies. So if it's based on the constituency of a certain region, then go make yourselves constituents of that region.
Yeah, it's difficult. The whole voting system is flawed, unfortunately.
Yeah, well,
But
somebody
yeah,
has to do.
my
And at
biggest
least,
fear is that with a new Labour government, like what happened before, the moment we had a new Labour government over 10 years ago, our borders just opened.
yeah, all
And
hell broke loose.
and now we're back there full circle after 10
Yeah,
years of conserving.
labor is about getting the number through immigration.